talk of the Lord's second coming was the big topic of that morning, and I had no idea what that meant. And I remember going home and I'm asking my parents, what does this mean? What does the second coming of Jesus mean? And is he going to come, and when and how and why? And I remember them saying, and they described it to this moment. I still remember the description they said. They said, you're not going to know when, you're not going to know why. You will know why a little bit, but not really exactly in that moment why he came, and you're not going to know how. But in the blink of an eye, a split second, you will be gone. You will be gone. Your clothes will still be laying. I remember that exactly. Your clothes will still be laying there. Your body will vanish, and the Lord will come and take you. And I just remember saying, okay, I'm struggling with believing it, Tim. So am I going? Like, they did the whole description, and they explained that Christians are going to go, and that Christ doesn't even know when he's going to come, but the Father does. And so I remember this knowledge of, okay, in any split second, it could be right now, it could be next week, it could be tomorrow. I don't know exactly when, but my parents could be gone. And I didn't really understand that I was going or not, because at this moment, I was having a hard time believing. So I was in this anxiety, I was in this moment where I didn't know, are my parents going to leave? Are my friends going to leave? Am I going to stay here? It was this fear, it was this dreadful anxiety of what's to come. And this was because I was still really struggling with my beliefs. And I remember this one moment. And as you're a child, you remember you're in your room and you need something from your parents. And you always call out to them, Mom, Dad, come help me with this. So I remember I was in my room upstairs. And still 10 years old, right after this whole moment, I just found out about Christ's second coming and what this meant. And I remember being in my room, and I needed something on the top shelf. And I was like, Mom, because my dad was at home. I was like, Mom, I need your help, I need your help. And I remember thinking, okay, she's in the house, but she's not responding. And I was just like, oh my gosh, it's that moment. I'm not kidding. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was that moment. So I remember running downstairs, like sprinting as hard as I could. And I remember going into my mom's room, and I'm like, Mom, where are you? Where are you? I need your help. And I remember no answer. And it was so traumatizing. And so as I'm like looking for her, I walk in the closet, and I remember there lay her clothes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's happened. And I'm left. I didn't go. Jesus, I'm sorry, I don't believe right now. And as I'm sitting there and I'm weeping, I have her clothes in my hand, and I'm sitting there and I'm rocking back and forth, bawling my eyes out because Jesus has come. And as I'm sitting there weeping and saying, Mom's gone, I hear it behind me. Honey, what are you doing? And I'm just like, Mom! Hi! So she had taken a shower, and those were her clothes. So at this moment, I had so much anxiety of the second coming of Christ and me not being a part of that. And so that's kind of an introduction to what we're going to be talking about today. Is 1 Peter 4, 7 through 11. Peter's writing about the end times. And I really want to dive into this idea of fear, of anxiety and fear that I had when I was 10 years old. And we should have this type of fear. Not the type of fear that's an anxiety that we're so worried that we're not going to heaven, but an anxiety of the Lord could come at any moment. Okay? And that anxiety and anticipation. So before we dive in, I just wanted to give you guys that story to kind of get a bigger picture of what we're going to be talking about and how we should have that healthy fear of the Lord. Because there is such a thing as a healthy fear. So before we get into the text, I do want to give you guys a historical background of what was going on in 1 Peter. So Peter, hence the name 1 Peter, is an apostle and he wrote this book. And during this time, there was a lot of persecution of Christians in Asia Minor, which Asia Minor is today's Turkey. So if you want to if you're a history person, all that, you can get into that before Turkey is and what was happening. So a bunch of persecution was going on, and Peter's writing to Christians, trying to encourage them because of all of the suffering that's happening in Asia Minor. So if you turn with me to 1 Peter 4, before we do that, I do want to pray. Dear Lord God, thank you so much for your word, Lord. Thank you so much for giving us healthy anxiety and a healthy anticipation of you, Lord. I just pray for the moment that we dive into your word, Lord, that you would just fill this room with the Holy Spirit, Lord, that you would give these people eyes to see and ears to hear your truth, and we're just so encouraged by your word and your truth that you have for us this morning. Thank you. Okay, so 1 Peter 4:7. I'm going to read it all the way through, and then we're going to dive into every single text, every single verse. So, 1 Peter 4:7, it says, "The end of all things is near. Therefore, be alert and of sober mind, so that you may pray. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. If anyone speaks, they should do so as the one who speaks the very words of God. If anyone serves, they should do so with the strength God provides, so that in all things God may be praised through Jesus Christ. To him be the glory and the power forever and ever." Okay, so I want to really dissect it verse by verse, because this is what you do, this is what I do in my Bible studies, this is what I encourage you guys to do, is to take a text, really understand the background of it, and dissect it verse by verse. So let's go to verse 7. The end of all things is near. Therefore, now, anytime you see the word therefore in Scripture, you want to back up and kind of reread what you just read. Because that word therefore is saying that, hold on, you need to back up. I'm making a point, therefore you do this, this, and this. So let's back up. Let's read the first part again. The end of all things is near. So Peter here is saying what we know today, the Lord's second coming. And there's multiple places through Scripture that the second coming of Christ is talked about. So Peter's not really saying throughout the Scripture, these are things you need to do, this is a checklist of what you need to do because I'm coming again. But it's almost like I'm going to put you in check. My dad always says, check yourself before you wreck yourself. So that's kind of what Peter's saying, like, check yourself because the Lord is coming. So therefore, be alert and of sober mind so that you may pray. Be alert and sober mind. Be alert and sober mind means be disciplined. So if you have a piece of paper, if you have notes today, I want to make our first point, so write this down, people. Prayer is an action that takes discipline. Okay? Prayer is not something that you can just sit around and just say, oh, I'm going to pray. Like, you have to be disciplined, and you have to have discipline to have a sober mind. John 15:5 says, I am the vine and you are the branches. And I abide in you and you in me, you will bear much fruit. But apart from me, you can do nothing. So think about that. We can do nothing apart from the Lord. And prayer is one of those things that is essential for your relationship with the Lord. It is literally communication with the Lord. You're praying, you're having a conversation with the Lord, and you can do nothing apart from him. So that's our first point. So, continue with me into verse 8. Above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. It says above all, love each other deeply. Now this deep love, you might be asking, what kind of deep love is this? We simply say love like it's just thrown out. I love fried chicken. I love college football. I love celebrities. But what is this deep love that he's talking about? In the New American Standard Version, this love is a fervent love. And this translates in Greek as literally an athlete straining to the finish line. It's this painful love that it hurts so much, but you just don't care because you have to love them. So it's not this love that you're just gonna, I'm just gonna love that person. You're gonna strive to love them and strain to really love them. And I love this verse because, and the thing about Scripture is that we can see Christ in everything. We can see the gospel in every single verse. And this one just really spoke to me while I was reading it and dissecting it, because it talks about love covers a multitude of sins. And automatically, I thought about 1 John 4:19. We love because he first loved us. And this is a perfect depiction of the gospel. How he is love. God loved us so much that he sent his son to die for us. And that is a first of all, the Father sending his Son to die is a shameful, painful love. But not only that, but Jesus died. Jesus died the worst death that we deserve. And it covers, I love it, it covers a multitude of sin. He didn't die just for one sin that we did. He died for multiple. And I love that because we can see the gospel in everything. So continue with me. Well, first I want you to take this point. I'm making 4 truths and commands. So the first one, if you have this written down, prayer is an action that takes discipline. And right here in verse 8, we can see the second truth is loving one another is meant to be painful. And I know that sounds harsh and that sounds unrealistic, but it's true because Christ died a painful death for us. And so continue with me in verse 10, in verse 9. Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling. So this hospitality that I think of when I think of hospitality is the beggar on the corner I tend to give money to. But what Peter's talking about here is offer hospitality, and what was going on during this time in history is Christians were being persecuted so bad that they had to flee. They had to get out of town, they had to leave their homes, and they had to go. And so this hospitality that Peter's talking about is when, say I see someone outside my window, and they're walking by, and this type of hospitality that Peter's talking about is literally opening your door, inviting that person to come into your home, you clothe them, you feed them, you provide shelter for them, and that's being hospitable. And that's the type of hospitality that Peter's wanting us to have. And so my question is, do we have that hospitality? And being hospitable should be done without complaint. And how many times do we think about, I really don't want to, I really don't want to serve, I really don't want to give, I really don't want to give this person my time. But being hospitable is something that is done without complaint. And the historical background of this is very important because you allowing someone to come into your home, you could be persecuted too. And I'm not talking about shameful, I'm talking about killing. I'm talking about being persecuted. And so you inviting these people into your home and being hospitable to them, you're able to be persecuted as well. And so that's what Peter's talking about. And it goes on in verse 10, if you'll go there with me. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. If anyone speaks, they should do so as one who speaks the very words of God. If anyone serves, they should do so with the strength God provides, so that in all things God may be praised through Jesus Christ. To him be the glory and the power forever and ever. Okay, so here in verse 10 and 11, we see spiritual gifts. We see that each of us in this room has a gift, and it should be used not to glorify ourselves, but to glorify the Lord. And so my fourth point here is using your gift should be done to glorify God. And I really have been wrestling with this recently. Because as I stand up here and I prepare for this sermon today, and I'm straightening my hair, I'm thinking, God, I'm really nervous because I have a room full of 22, 23 men, and I'm up here. And thank you, Nola. But I was so nervous. And it got me really thinking of Galatians 1:10. That really just hits home with me. It says, am I trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ. That really hit home with me, guys. It really hit home because as we're in this room, ministry, majors or minors, why are we doing it? Why do we have a major or minor? Are we doing it to satisfy us? Are we doing it when people say, hey, where do you go to school? Oklahoma Baptist University. What's your major? Ministry. I'm pretty cool. Like I'm doing God's work. Like, are we seeking approval from others? Are we doing it for the gospel, for the kingdom? And so that's really the gifts that we're given. Where are we giving the credit? Are we putting the credit for us? Or are we giving the credit to God? That's really what I really hit me hard and what I really felt like to speak this morning. It's just that us going into ministry, it's not about our goals, it's not about us, it's not about what we're doing, but it is about doing the work of the Lord and she was describing the story, and she said she was laying there on the bed about to go into surgery, and she was having this conversation with the Lord. She was having this conversation with the Lord that she was really struggling, and she was thinking, okay, if the surgery doesn't go well and I die, am I bringing everyone home that you called me to bring home? And that really hit me hard. And I think that's what Peter is trying to say here. The end of all things is near, and you don't know when that is and what that day is going to look like. But are we doing everything that the Lord has called us to do? Are we bringing everyone home that the Lord has put in front of us to bring home? And so that's what I really want to just leave you guys with this morning is, are we really doing the gospel and not just because we're ministry majors or minors? Are we doing the gospel because we know that the Lord's second coming is near and we need to preach the gospel? Pray with me, please. Dear Lord God, I just thank you so much for this scripture and for your truth, Lord. I just pray that these people would just leave today getting a little bit more knowledge of your truth and your word, Lord. I just thank you so much for having this opportunity to stand in front of these guys and just preach and proclaim the gospel, Lord. I thank you so much for allowing us to be in ministry and to do ministry, and I pray that we would all know that it's not for any of our glory, Lord, but it's for your glory, and it has nothing to do with us, that we're just using the spiritual gifts that you have given us to proclaim the gospel, Lord. I just pray that we would boldly and proudly proclaim the gospel, and also